if you're watching this video, I just need you to have hope. I just need you to have hope that everything is going to work out. I want you to believe that everything is piecing itself together, piece by piece, behind the scenes. You see, one thing that we, like a common behavior that we as humans have is the desire to need to know everything, to want to know everything, to have all the answers. And sometimes wanting or needing to have all the answers can end up being our downfall, because when we feel as though we need to be the one to always have answers about everything in life, what that means is that we're basically not giving any sort of room for the universe to work its magic, because everything on this planet is connected. Everything is made up of energy, which means everything in essence is the same. Everything is connected. Everything is one. So you need to have trust and belief that everything in your life is working itself out, even if it might not seem like it is, right? I know that sounds strange and far-fetched if you feel as though you're in a place that seems so far away from where it is that you want to be, right? But I'm here to tell you that when you have faith and belief, that is when the pieces will begin falling into place to help assist you to get to wherever it is that you're going, right? In this lifetime, it's not the facts of your life that creates the belief. It's the beliefs that you hold of yourself and the world around you that creates the facts. Because your belief is what you think, and it's what you think repeatedly. And the thoughts that we think is what has shaped our world, right? We are creators, which means the things that we're thinking and the emotion that we're feeling, right? We use that to create in this universe. It's the basis and the foundation of this universe has been creation, and hasn't will always be creation. And so a lot of times we fall into the trap of seeing how things are, right? The facts of our lives, the evidence that we can see and pick up and our senses are aware of, right? Sometimes we fall into the trap of thinking that the facts of our lives are permanent because they feel so real. And I'm here to tell you that because those facts already exist, that means it's old news, right? It already exists. It already manifested. That's okay. You can now look at the evidence of your life and say, you know what? Things are the way they are, but I prefer them to be this way. And that is how you should be approaching it as a creator, right? Because no one wants to live a life filled with struggle. No one wants to live a life full of anger and negative emotion, right? We all want to be happy, and we deserve to be happy, right? Because happiness and abundance is our birthright. We are abundant creatures because we have access to a mind that has infinite creativity, infinite imagination, infinite ideas. So that's why we are abundant as creatures, because we can access everything in our minds. We can create anything stemming from our minds, stemming from what exists within us. And we were put here to create so that we can share our creations with other people and ultimately better this existence. So I want you to have hope and belief that all the variables that are happening behind the scenes that your senses can't pick up, yet things are falling into place, right? And you watching this video, you've probably had moments in your life where that was the case, where something unfolded for you so perfectly that you cannot attribute it to, coincidence or luck, right? That it, like, everything just seems to fall into place so perfectly where you just know that there has to be a higher power at play. That somehow, some way, you didn't know how something was going to happen, and then by magic or by luck, the right person came into your life, and the right person had that right opportunity, or they knew somebody that had the right opportunity, or they were able to assist you with exactly what you needed, right? I would hear stories of people who they would need X amount of money, say they will need $20,000, right? And out of nowhere, right, they needed $20,000. They wanted the $20,000, right? That's the amount that they needed, and that was what they were fixated on, and they believed, they had hope that somehow, some way, that would fall into your lap. And their stories were randomly, right, either days or weeks later, they would randomly get a phone call from someone, a family friend, an old friend, whatever it is, and that person would say, hey, there was X event that took place back then. I need to repay you, or I have this amazing opportunity that it'll, give you X amount of money. Or a client calls and they'll say, hey, I would like to do business, blah, blah, blah. And it would bring in the amount of money that they needed, right? You hear stories about that all the time. Even I have my own story of one time when I went shopping for a mattress, right? Because I had an old mattress and I wanted to get rid of it because it's been so many years, probably over a decade since I had the old mattress. And when I went mattress shopping, I went to this mattress store in my area, and I was laying down on all the mattresses and I found the one that I wanted. Absolutely, once I laid in it, I knew it. This is the one I'm getting. I was frustrated because when I spoke with the employee there, they were saying that that mattress in particular was completely out of stock, that they would be out of stock for the next 2 years, and that if I wanted the mattress, I needed to place a pre-order in order to get it. So I was bummed out because I didn't want to wait 2 years. I wanted the mattress as soon as possible, right? So I was really frustrated. And then my mom told me, she said, you know what, like everything's going to be fine. Trust that things are going to work out and you're going to get your mattress. So I took her word for it. And so 20 minutes later, we drive to another mattress store. And in that mattress store, they had so many mattresses, right? So they took me upstairs where all the mattresses were out on the second floor. And I'm laying on each and every mattress one by one. And it's not the one that I want. Like I knew it once I would lay down on it, whether it was the one that I laid down on at the previous store, right? So I'm laying down on each and every mattress, and none of them are the one. And of course, the signs didn't match. So before I left the first store, I remember I took a photo of the brand and everything about like the information for the mattress. And I said, excuse me, sir, like I'm looking for the mattress and I can't find this one. Doesn't seem like this one exists here in the store. And I showed him the label for that mattress. And he smiles and he says, oh, that mattress on the first floor on display. So he took me upstairs where all the mattresses were. And there was no match upstairs. And it was because the one mattress that was in the first floor of the store right at the entrance on display was the one that I was looking for. So I went to the first floor, laid on that mattress, and I said, yes, this is the one. This is exactly the one. I want to get it. And so he's telling me that, because this was like close to Memorial Day, that they were having like 2 different Memorial Day discounts going on. And he said, he explained to me like the pros and cons for like each discount that I were to take. And I told him, you know what, sure, like I'll still get the mattress. And funny enough, he walks away for like 2-3 minutes and then he comes back and he has a smile on his face and he goes, I don't know what happened. I don't know if there was a glitch in the system or something that went wrong, but for somehow, some way, I was able to apply both discount codes to your mattress. And so your mattress, the initial price was here. This is what the price looks like with both of the discounts. Are you still interested in taking it? So in that moment, right, I looked at my mom and, it was sort of like nonverbal communication of like, yes, right, like we're going to take this. And the reason why I bring up that story is because that was a moment where it felt as though everything lined itself up so easy and effortless so that I could end up getting what I wanted. And I share that story with you to let you guys know that that is how life is supposed to be. Life is supposed to be easygoing. Life is supposed to be smooth sailing. It's supposed to be an enjoyable journey where you're just having fun all the time. And if something unfolds in your life that isn't desirable or isn't to your liking, right, that you shouldn't be overly frustrated, right? Like I understand the human side of wanting to take life seriously because we're here for one life and we're here for one existence. I entirely understand that. I also understand that some people take life so serious to the point where it's hard for them to enjoy it. It's hard for them to have fun because they become adults and now it's like you now have responsibility and now you're in the real world and you have to navigate. And I'm here to tell you that like you're not going to have all the answers in life. It's impossible for you to have all the answers. We coexist with 8 billion other people and we know what's going on in our lives, but we don't know what's going on in the lives of other people. We don't know what's going on we don't know what opportunities other people have available. We don't know the people that we don't know that will likely end up meeting that will provide us additional opportunities in the future. We don't know the people that are going to enter our lives as best friends, as lifelong friends, as lovers, as, friends that will end up feeling like family because you end up being so close, right? Like the business partners, right? You don't know what life has in store for you. So this is why you want to have hope, because like people are afraid of the unknown, but you shouldn't be afraid. You shouldn't or wouldn't be afraid of the unknown if you understand and accept and believe that the universe is a friendly universe, that the universe is actually helping you and guiding you towards where it is that you want to go, and is preparing you by giving you the events of your life to get you to wherever it is that you're going. The universe is helping to get you to where you want to be, and the universe is delivering you your desires. It's just sometimes it might feel as though it's not on its way if you don't have any physical evidence, right? That your senses can't pick anything up. So it's hard for you to know whether or not your desire is on its way. But I'm here to tell you that the desires, the gifts that belong to you, they're reserved for you, right? It's not that someone else has won your prize, right? People fall into that trap of thinking that if they have dreams of one day being financially wealthy, that if they see someone else that's wealthy, they think that, oh, that person took my reward, or that should be me, or that, like, just believe that the blessings that are meant for you are going to be there for you, right? And believe that you are on track. Believe that you are at the right place at the right time. Even if it seems so far from where you want to be, you can still have hope for a better future. You can still have hope that everything is going to work itself out, because why wouldn't you, right? Why wouldn't you want to believe that everything is going to be much better, right? You should be your own number one cheerleader, because we're here for this one life, right? We should want to make the most out of everything. We should want to make the most out of every moment. And you do that by having hope and belief, right? And your belief is what allows you to persist, because if you believe that there's a better tomorrow, if you believe in a better tomorrow, if you believe that if you've come from humble beginnings or you struggle your whole life, you believe that at a certain point you are going to be living well and you're going to be comfortable, then that is reason for you to persist, right? That is reason for you to jump out of bed and get excited, because you're building towards something, right? You begin to have more hope once you begin creating, stepping into your power as a creator, and you're constantly creating and you're building towards something, because then now you're working towards something meaningful, right? And it helps keep you sane, because you deserve to be creating, you deserve to be having fun and enjoying this life. That's why we put it on this earth. We put it on this earth to experience outrage, joy, to have fun. We didn't put here on this earth to work from sun up to sundown and bust our behind and just serve as labor, right? We were put here to do more. We're put here to have fun and enjoy ourselves. And what good is all the money in the world if it comes at the expense of your health, of your happiness, of all the other elements that make you human and make you you, right? At that point, the trade-off isn't worth it. So I want you to have hope, confidence, and belief in yourself, belief that everything's working itself out, belief in the universe, belief that there are good people, belief that we are in a happy, positive, and friendly world and universe, that things don't happen to you, that they happen for you, and they happen for your growth and for your betterment. And if an event happens, is like, people typically put events in good or bad category, when events are not good or bad, they just are. So because events just are, you can find the positive in it, and you can find a way to change your perspective and ask, how is this event serving me, rather than thinking, why is something happening to me, right? You are moving at the pace that you need to be moving at, and worry less about looking to the left or the right of you. Worry less about comparing yourself to other people. Everything's going to be fine, and everything's going to be taken care of in due time, because everything has always been fine, and everything somehow, some way always gets taken care of. So just have hope in yourself, have hope in your dreams, have hope in the world, that everything's piecing itself together, and just have that belief and carry all that with positivity and with the right attitude. So that wraps up the video. Enjoy the video. Do leave a like and subscribe as you're on the road to 1 million subscribers, guys. So once again, it's Joel, and I'm out. I'll see you guys for the next video.